Welcome to the Disneyland Beat, where our toes tap to a Disneyland drum.
And we always whistle while we work.
You know, Disney parks really do their best to be a family park. It's a well-known fact that Disneyland has something for everybody, no matter what.
But even at a park like Disneyland that has more family rides than most others, it can be a challenge to keep the adults, toddlers, and teenagers all happy riding the attractions that they want to ride.
For your group, Disney has Rider Switch.
We're going to cover everything you need to know.
Like, subscribe, and stick around.
Disneyland is your land.
Come seek an adventure into your pirates, eh?
Make the jump to life.
Hi everyone, I'm TC.
And I'm Amy. You know, Rider Switch is a program that's designed to help out parents and caretakers with large groups at the parks, most often so they can experience the attractions even if they have people in their group who are unable to.
So how does that work? Let's look at a typical scenario. Let's say a group with 2 adults and a toddler want to ride the Incredicoaster. The toddler is out of luck because he's under 48 inches, but if the adults meet the requirement, they can ride.
Instead of each adult having to wait in the entire line separately, so basically twice, they're able to get a Rider Switch entitlement. With that, the first adult waits in the normal full line, but the second gets to use the entitlement like Fast Pass to get a much shorter line experience.
So that's pretty cool, right? But it can get even cooler. If you play your cards right, up to 2 people in your group can experience the attraction twice. Let's break down how that works.
So let's go back to our group with 2 adults and a toddler. Let's say they also have 2 thrill-seeking preteens on vacation with them as well. Maybe they're 11. Being younger than 14, they're not allowed to stay by themselves, but they're tall enough to ride. So they can ride once after waiting in line with adult number 1, and then again with adult number 2 without having to wait in the full line twice.
Pretty sweet deal. It's good for Disneyland to provide this service.
So who can use Rider Switch? Well, there are 2 things the cast members are going to be looking for in order for them to approve Ride Switch.
The first thing is you have to have at least 1 person in your party who cannot or does not want to ride. And this can be for any reason.
The second is that that same person who doesn't want to ride is not able to be left alone to supervise themselves. This is more narrowly defined. It includes anyone 13 and under. If you're 14, you're considered old enough to supervise yourself and others. But it also includes anyone of any age who cannot be left alone unsupervised for health reasons.
So this means that your 12-year-old who is too scared to ride, though tall enough for the ride, qualifies for Rider Switch. But your 15-year-old with the same fears might get denied the service.
And people do get denied. This doesn't work for just any and every group. There's a certain amount of cast member discretion at play, but you really have to be able to show that there is someone in your party who doesn't want to or cannot ride and legitimately cannot be left alone.
Personally, we like both that the service exists and that it's a little difficult to abuse.
So how do you do it? Well, first, make sure that your ride has this service. Not every ride does. We'll give a complete list of which attractions offer Ride Switch at the end of this video. But after that, step 1 is to check in with the attraction attendant. You'll need a cast member to help on this one.
When you speak to the greeting cast member, make sure you have your entire party with you, including those who are not getting on. The cast member will need to scan all of your tickets.
You get split into 2 parties. It's most helpful if you have this figured out before you arrive at the ride. Party 1 are the people who will get in line immediately and ride the ride the first time around. This party has no size limit.
Party 2 are the people who will wait with the guests who are not riding. Once the first group has ridden the attraction, Party 2 can then go to the ride attendant and scan their tickets again to get in the Fast Pass line, or in some cases you'll go through the ride's exit. Either way, the cast members will let you know which line to get in when you check in.
We're talking about exceedingly short waits, as there's no Fast Pass to make those lines longer at the moment. Pretty cool.
But how do some people get to ride twice? Well, Disney isn't going to make you ride alone. Party 2 is allowed to have up to 3 people maximum in it, and 2 of them are allowed to be in both parties. So in our scenario, the preteens could ride twice, once with each adult.
Just make sure you let the cast member know you want to do this when you request the service and get your tickets scanned the first time.
Disneyland makes sure there's enough time for everything. You're given 1 hour from when the first party completes their ride for the second party to get in line before the entitlement expires, so you often have time to split up and go ride something else nearby.
But make sure to use the entitlement within 1 hour. They usually only give about 10 minutes of grace.
So don't hesitate to use this service if it's appropriate and helpful for you. We think it's a pretty cool thing for all sorts of caretaking situations, and we love that Disney offers it.
Pretty much any ride that used to offer Fast Pass or has thrill elements offers Rider Switch. At Disneyland, all 4 roller coasters, including Gadget's Go Coaster, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Space Mountain, and the Matterhorn, offer it.
Star Tours and the 2 Galaxy's Edge rides, Rise of the Resistance and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, in addition to Indiana Jones Temple of the Forbidden Eye, Splash Mountain, and Autopia, all offer Rider Switch.
Over at DCA, a larger percentage of the park has Rider Switch. The biggies like Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, Radiator Springs Racers, Incredicoaster, Grizzly River Run, and Soarin' offer it.
But also medium thrills like Goofy Sky School, the Silly Symphony Swings, Jumping Jellyfish, Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, and even Luigi's Rollicking Roadsters all offer Rider Switch.
Well, that's it for us today. We hope you found this info helpful if you're planning a trip to the parks.
See you real soon, Mouseketeers.
See you real soon.